All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, East Carolina infielder Parker Byrd. You can catch our off-mic conversations about the Washington Commanders. That's a pay service.
That's right. That's right.
But we're excited about that. We're excited about Pirate Baseball coming off 2 straight wins. And Parker got up to the dish yesterday and talk about a quab, knocking in a run.
Yeah.
How'd that feel, man, to get
Yeah,
that
it was
ribbon?
awesome. Yeah, it was good. A lot of time coming, but yeah, it was really good. The runners on second and third. First pitch was a wild pitch, so it moved them to second and third, and then obviously just trying to do a job and get to that run rule mark at 11 runs, which is a 10-run rule. So just trying to do a job and thinking pitchers for him at Sapo and. Called a barrel. The wind kind of killed it a little bit, but it still did a job, so that's all good.
Common phrase is that hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports, and then when you're trying to do a specific thing with that baseball, it makes it even harder, right?
Yeah.
How about going up there knowing what your task is and completing it? Was that your one goal to get a fly ball out there?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking obviously get a hit.
Yeah.
That's always what your goal is, but just moving the baseball. I mean, just putting the ball in play, doing a job. I agree with you. I think it's definitely the hardest thing to do in all of sports is to hit a baseball and not seeing live pitching in a couple weeks. So I was just happy. The guy was throwing 90, 93 is what the scouting report said. I'm not quite sure what the exact pitch I hit because there was no velo at the stadium, but I was just happy that I was still seeing it well and. Happy to get a barrel on it.
Adding to the difficulty, I think, is when you're facing, and I don't know about your specific at bat, but generally speaking, VCU pitchers were wild yesterday. Does that make it even tougher when you're not seeing strikes?
Yeah, well, you definitely don't want to go up there scared, to get hit, but they did hit a lot of guys the past 2 days. They definitely did. And actually, I think Nick Parm was a batter before me. And he got hit by a pitch, which was a full circle moment because I think in my first at bat, if I'm not wrong, Nick hit before me last year, and he also got hit by a pitch by a guy from. It might not have been my first at bat. Now that we're talking, I think it was my second at bat, but it was a guy against Columbia throwing like 96 from the left side. He got drilled in the rib cage, so it was kind of a crazy moment, just full circle. But I mean, they definitely were a lot more wild than I would like, but just our first pitch was a wild pitch, wasn't really even close to me, and then still just hunting a heater middle away and got the pitch I wanted and did something productive.
Y'all are able to kind of keep, as Colby Wallace said last week when he joined us, the vibes were immaculate. I think he said pregame for you guys, but to come off a little spring break trip to Richmond, 2 wins, you got to be pumped up for this weekend, right?
No, definitely. I think the guys are definitely starting to swing it well, starting to see the ball well, and we're getting healed up. We had a little bit of a little sickness going around this past week, but we're finally getting healed up from that, and guys are ready to go, man. We feel it. We're ready for tomorrow. Ready to get back out there. Bats are starting to get rolling. I think that we're finally starting to put the pieces together, starting to finally find the guys that can do the job, and Colby was spot on. The vibes are immaculate. We have a lot of personality on the team, and it makes for a lot of fun times, a lot of good karaoke. Bradley Zayak freestyling, and so it's awesome. It's a fun team, and I mean we're having a ball, and we're gonna definitely keep the wind rolling in.
Excited to see what Ethan Norby has for an encore on Friday. You ever got a hit off him in a scrimmage?
He was actually my first hit, so the first hit back. So, but I mean, not saying Ethan was bad last year, but he was still really good last year. But
nobody was touching him last week.
Yeah, guy's on a different level now.
Man.
Kid is legit, bro, and it's so fun to watch him go out there and just. You can tell he loves the game, man. He plays with passion, and I get pumped up every Friday watching him play. And so I say I got a hit off of Ethan, but it's not this year's Ethan, and Ethan's different this year. So
glad you got him last year. Might not happen again.
Might not happen again. You're right.
Parker, 2 great new podcasts out from the Parker Byrd Show, and your show is informative, entertaining, spiritual, inspirational, and I think we'll get all of that coming up this weekend and on Monday with Inky Johnson coming to town.
Yeah.
I know you're fired up about that.
Yeah, dude, Inky is the man. I mean, I think he reached out to me whenever I got into my accident. He actually reached out to one of my hometown friends when he got in an accident years ago. So Inky's a top-notch guy, and I'm really excited to hear what he has to say to our team at the luncheon on Monday. And I think he's throwing out the first pitch on Sunday. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to him throwing a strike and throwing a dot. Yeah, I'm really excited just to talk to him, and we can share similar walks of life, and it's going to be a good time.
Good stuff, and we got a lot going on. Got our Mustache March shirts available at Dirty Dan's and Overtime Tavern and the Buccaneer Music Hall, and Parker has his shirt at Shimmer Boutique.
That's right.
Folks can pick that up.
That's right. Yeah, Shimmer's been awesome, and you can go there and pick up my shirt, and I think some of the other guys' shirts are there as well. So just support us, and we love to see you guys out there with them. It's so cool to see people repping my shirt with 16 on it, with Why Not You on the back, and it's also cool to see the Dixon Williams shirts out there, the Ethan Norby shirts. It fires me up every time I see it because Pirate Nation is awesome. They're so supportive, and I know it looks really good on the kids out there repping in the jungle. So
y'all been at it basically year round, but time change, weather heating up, starting to really feel like baseball. It should be an awesome weekend at Clark and Claire.
Yeah, we're pumped and ready to see you guys out there. I mean, it's always good when there's a nice crowd and the purple and the gold chants are rolling in. So.
Yes, sir. Parker, congrats on the Ribby, and thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks, man. Always a pleasure.